afternoon, good morning, good evening, PM, folks. It's man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Man Talk, coming to you live on YouTube, folks. Can't believe it. We're already into the week of September. This is about the full week because we started out. The first was Labor Day weekend, and then this is gonna be like the full week because you don't have this time. So we got maybe a few more weeks left of summer. So, folks, I have here return guests, and also she brought another guest with her. As you remember, I interviewed Keo a while back, and I met her and her husband here, Greg, at the Tampa Bay Pro. She was competing at the Tampa Extravaganza, and he is a pro men's classic physique competitor, or as I call it, men's figure.
That's the men's physique. That's the men's physique.
No, men's physique is men's bikini. So I think Mr. Greg, so I think you gotta have be called men's figure. So we have here again Keo, here her husband, Mr. Greg Larson. As you know, just last week, can you believe it? A week ago today.
A week ago, I was on stage.
She got her pro card at the North American. She competed at a show about 3 years ago. Missed it. She came in, I think, second and third in a couple of classes.
Third in physique and third in figure.
Yeah. And now she's bounced and rebound. And then that Sunday, she made her pro debut along with her husband at the World Masters Championship. So we welcome back, Keo, and also welcome you, Mr. Greg. Thank you for coming through. Not a problem, sir. Not a problem. Also, folks, I did a little research about this. Mr. Greg has served our country in the United States Air Force. So, as a citizen, I never say thank you for your service. I say to you, sir, as a citizen, I appreciate the sacrifice you have made on behalf of this country.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do it all over again.
All right. So the big question is how does it feel now, Keo, that you're now an IFBB pro?
I still can't believe it. I see the pictures, I see the videos, and I see the pro card here, and it's one of my dreams that came true after 9 years. So I think I'm still on the clouds.
Show off that pro card.
Yeah. And the overall of women's physique. So that I was not expecting the level of the girls, the conditioning that it was amazing.
Well, like I said, this was pretty much a stack list. You were competing. I think you were competing in the Open, and also you're competing. I think was it 40 plus?
I started with bodybuilding because in Tampa and the extravaganza I won. So it was my husband told me it's another shot for the pro card. So who knows? So I did the 45 plus in bodybuilding and the Open in bodybuilding, and which in bodybuilding I won. There was another. I didn't understand a lot what was going on. Everything, I have to tell you, everything was so fast that I think my brain was not understanding what was going on because it was the Open, no, it was the 45 plus. We were four, and then when they give the awards, we were three, and there was no pro card there. I won the bodybuilding, but there was no pro card, so I didn't understood. I went to the overall, and of course, the girl that won, it was like Andrea Sean. It was huge, this girl. So I look like fit model beside her. And
that was Nina Beans, or called Nina Alpafor. That was when she wore the pro card. Yeah, I follow her. She just follow me on my social media. Some people say she's kind of like a mini Andrea Shaw.
You look at it exactly. Yes, she looked amazing, just like her.
Yeah.
When I saw her, like, whoa, she's like the petite of Andrea. But I think in years she will look like her. And so I knew in the overall there was no chance. So then I did the 45 plus in women's physique, and as you know, there was Lisa Williams, She was winning everything, everything. So I thought backstage, I called my husband after the second class, and I called him and I said, "I'm done. I'm done. She's winning everything. I'm not gonna win anything. I'm done. She have to finish. No, I'm done." And yeah, I won the 45 plus women's physique in the overall.
Well, you should probably. I know it can be discouraging when you come in a competition. Somebody come in with so dominance, but a while back, even a champion loses. Like it wasn't that long ago, Andrea lost her title at the Rising Phoenix to Angela Yo. I
Yeah.
mean, it happens sometimes. It's just about timing. So, Mr. Gray, with you, we want to know your story. How'd you get started? As I say sometimes, what got you started in sport of muscle and masculinity?
I've always trained. I've always enjoyed training. I was the typical skinny kid growing up, ate my parents out of the house and home, but couldn't gain weight. Literally, when I joined the Air Force, I was 6'1" and a half and weighed 126 pounds. I was 3 pounds from being underweight of not letting me in. So, years went by. I tried and tried. I met someone while I was in the Air Force. His name's Sam Meadows. And he let me tag along to the gym with him once, 45 years ago. And I loved it. It was my first time in a real gym, other than we had our little school weight room and that. But Sam started my path all those years ago, and I just let it go. I went through bouts where I couldn't gain weight. It was discouraging. I was putting in 5,000 calories a day, and the most I ever got was 170. And then I got old. About in my 40s, that the weight started coming, changes started making. The internet really helped a lot, being able to read more than what was in the magazines, and follow, because the magazines, you never really knew what went on. You knew 2 months later, but there was so many supplement companies that ran the magazines, and it was all about that. So and I played men's majors fast pitch softball, all over the country and the world. So that was my sport, and I always trained to play ball, every spring and all that. And this lady, after I met her and a friend of mine, who is also an IFBB pro now, Brad Estat, talked me into competing. Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. And then I'm like, nope, not going to do it. And then we were at the Olympia, and she had made friends with Ann Moore in Mexico that was coming to the Olympia. And it ended up at the Olympia that, her coach was going to coach her and me.
On that time,
at that time, yeah. And so it ended up that all fell through for me anyway, and I had another coach, and then eventually I met a gentleman, Al Green, who lived in Naples. He actually just moved to Fort Myers, that helped me get on and stage that first time. And I went to the Dexter Jackson for my qualifier, did 8 classes because I had no clue what I was getting myself into. And that was exhausting. I swore I would not do that. So I did 4 classes at North America's, and I got my pro card in both classic and men's physique, and won
and the overall.
And the overall then too. So
That's like I said, sir. That is determination. That is determination.
So Gary's show means a lot to us.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
it's where I turned pro, where she turned pro. So we love going back just to compete.
Yeah, that's great. Gary Udick being one of the top promoters in the IFBB. He's been in the game for a long time. He does other than just the North Americans. There's also the Team Collegiate Show, a couple other regional and national qualifiers, and also I think he promotes a show in Virginia, but that's a natural show. But yeah, that's pretty good. Your story, how you got into it. When you were a teenager at 26 pounds, I was already at 170, 180 by the time, because I'm a country boy, sir.
So am I. I trained and showed quarter horses. Worked
Or
on the
we
farm, baled hay.
Well, we were sharecroppers. We worked the farms. We didn't bale hay. We baled tobacco sticks and stuff like that. But yeah, that's tough. But shout out to you and for that doing that.
Yeah,
And
the hay
yeah,
bales weighed more than me.
well, we had to be. I remember my older brother, he was really into bodybuilding because he used to play football into it. He was when we got into it. He used to drive tractor by the time he was 10 years old. It was something you got to learn when you, especially living like that. You got to eat, you got to work. So
Yeah,
and so when I met these two people, I asked Mr. Greg, "How old are you, sir?" And respectfully, sir, how old are you?
64.
This man, I mean, I looked at this man. I said, I thought he was my age. When I looked at him, I thought he was in his
Thank you.
50s. I'm ashamed of myself. This man is 64. He's only 3 years younger than my oldest sister, and he is in great shape. You should have seen him. I mean, but yeah, I mean, bodybuilding. I've learned with some quite a few ladies I've met. Bodybuilding it may not stop father time, but kind of halts him a little bit, slow it down. And also
Yes.
being competitive is very tough, especially I would say for the men, it's tough for you, but I think it might be a little tough for the women because for you guys, I say like this, you guys gotta wear a pair of banana hams and board shorts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to be a couple and to be prepping at the same time. uh, oh,
It's funny because we don't fight because um, we don't work out at the same time. And we go to the gym, but he's doing his things and I'm doing my things. We don't eat at the same time. If it's time for he to eat, is he eats. If it's my time, I eat, and we don't get in the, how do you say, in the,
In each other's way.
yes.
Yeah.
It's his.
But more to her credit, I can be in my office working, and then I'll completely forget about meals, and she's making my meal. It's like I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm an hour past my meal. And I start to get up out of my desk between meetings to go do something, and here she was bringing it in. But now her job doesn't allow her to do that. She's out of the house now. so
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 he
I'm
has
going,
to.
oh, I'm 3 hours past my meal. I need a break.
That's the tough part. That is most important part about being a bodybuilder. Like I keep saying this, most everyday people, when we look at bodybuilding, all is their mind is like, just take Papa chicken pills, take steroids, it'd be like Arnold, it'd be like the Hulk. But there's more to it. I mean, you have to be consistent, you have to be disciplined. I mean, especially you have responsibilities and working. You got kids in the house. I mean, family things and events happen, and sometimes you have to make those sacrifices. No, not so much as somebody told me, it's not a sacrifice, but those investments to have that great physique as a competitor.
Right. I think one of the things this prep, and this was actually our first prep together, living in the same house together. And so, because we both pretty much took 2 years off, and well, a year off, and then almost a year trying to make the comeback. But she lived in Mexico, and I lived here, so we would do our preps, and so we weren't under each other's feet at those preps. This prep, it was like just like you said, you've got a whole family here. Her daughters are here. We're both in prep at the same time, but you know, I want to also give our coaches credit there because for me, this was not a bad prep. I absolutely cannot stand chicken breasts. And you know how much chicken you eat in prep. This prep, I'm craving chicken and rice to this day. Right before the podcast, I was making my meal and I was like, oh crap, the chicken's not thawed out. And it's like, I really wanted it. And it's like, so, and her meals weren't bad. We found some good quality meats and stuff that, we enjoyed eating. And I don't want to speak for her but for me, that helps so much is when you have I don't want to call it easy prep because no prep is easy. You kill yourselves with cardio and training and the nutrition and all that you're going, but it wasn't crazy this time.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's just it's important to find the right things to help you in this process, to understand the factors of when you're growing as an athlete, as a bodybuilder, and sometimes food is both a tool and a weapon. It can be something to help you grow or something can halt your growth. It's about the right foods you take. I know you just can't eat everything that you want, but because you're on a strict diet. People thinking like this. You understand, even though y'all are eating like maybe 5 or 6 times in a day, your body is burning what comes in your system because when you're training, you're doing your fast cardio, when you're doing your workouts, that's already in your system. It doesn't really get time to settle. But that's the part about being a bodybuilder. So, we go back to the lovely Miss Keo. What was that like? Now, why was the decision to go and after getting your pro card and making your pro debut? Like I think last time you talked, you feel like you wanted more time. His fault. His
His
fault. I'm saying, no, I'm gonna say his fault. I say thank you, sir. You motivate your wife.
I pretty much registered her.
yeah. I think I was waiting for the finals, and he was just already looking for what to do, talking with Gary, see if I can do the pro. And I said, Let me have the pro card in my hand. I still don't know if I won." And as soon as I won, everything happened so fast. I talked with my coach, and I think I'm gonna do the master pros. So he says, right now, you go and eat a burger with a Coke and fries. Enjoy it. When you finish, call me. And we did that. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna compete. So he sent me right away the diet for the next day, and I did it.
Well, you did pretty good because this was your pro debut. You cracked top 10 in the women's 40 plus. Also, I think you did 45 too, or is it
No, I just did one.
Yeah,
you just
it
won?
was. Yeah,
Yes, I
You
just
just
did
yeah, just the 40. It was 40 plus.
40
Yeah,
plus.
because I know you have to pay because this is the funny thing about this. As a masters competitor, y'all two have to pay to play, which is
Yes.
kind of to me, that's something you might do when you're amateur. I even talked with a friend of mine. We talked about this that if you know that at 40 plus, a lady who I interviewed, Sandra Amaro, she won that class, which gives her a shot for the 2027 uh, Masters Olympia. But it could be if I know Gary, he's in there to see the power in Pittsburgh, and he's one of the capos, part of the Mannion family. That's the mob. They could make that Olympia qualifier because all you got to do is do like an amateur. When you compete for the overall title, you can compete for the Olympic qualification. But like I said again, I'm just
Now,
you know,
in the
yeah,
40 and over classes, that they do qualify for the Masters Olympia.
yeah. That's the
So
Masters Olympia. I'm thinking about the
yeah,
main
for
Olympia.
the regular Olympia, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They could can do like almost like the amateurs when whoever wins in their class face off for the overall title to go to Olympia.
It-
That
yeah,
could be something they could do. But
yeah.
that's up to them. So, folks, while we got them here and we're talking to them, what we're gonna do is gonna jump into Keo's social media, also Mr. Gary's social media a little bit. If you want to follow the both of them, the links are in the description of this live. You want to check them out, support them, show respect, folks. Show respect to these
Oh
people.
yes, please,
Please.
Yes,
please.
most definitely. No weird stiff. I know even with Mr. Gary here, there's guys who are into guys with muscles. Come say, comes out. Hey guys, yeah. And ladies, he's a married man. No funny stuff. You want to send him to me. I'll
Exactly.
take them. I'm single. I don't have a problem. So folks, we're gonna jump into this social media for a little bit here. We're gonna celebrate and we see the lovely Miss Keo. And she is smiling. She has a beautiful smile. You know what, Gary? I'm jealous of you. You got a pretty wife.
It's okay.
She just
Oh, that
yeah,
picture.
yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, yeah. I know you. You like I think you were feeling real good that day, weren't you?
It was the next day we were flying, and I was really tired, but really tired. And he says, "Smile," and I was like, "Oh, God, a picture right now."
Yeah, here she is. In her dressed up. Who's the lady with you? I think these is it two different
He's one
ladies
of
or
my friends from Cancun, and
uh,
she's Erica. and
Uh-huh.
she was elite pro in the other federation, but she changed to the MPC I think 4 years ago. And at the in January we're talking, and I said, "There's why you don't come to Pittsburgh?" And then we would start talking and talking, and finally she decided to come, and she also won her pro card. So yeah, she's a very nice person.
Yeah, here she is. Also, that is Mr. Ken Richardson. He is the husband of
Oh
the late
yes,
Amy Richardson. I actually saw her. The last time I saw her was when I went to Savannah back in 2022. I wish I should have talked to her when I had the opportunity to, but he's an amazing guy, amazing person. He is with a jury. That's so cute. That's
and a funny
nice.
thing was that I met them when Greg won his pro card. I met Ken and Amy there. We were talking with Amy. She was such a nice person, and Ken this in this last um, time we saw him, he told me that 7 years ago Amy was winning his her pro card.
At North
North
Are
American.
Americans.
the North Americans?
Yeah, I think I remember she competed at the Savannah Pro Women's Physique, and I was heard that she was going to switch over to women's bodybuilding, but then that
Yes,
was the year when she went to the Olympia. She got sick, and then everything happened. I mean,
exactly.
and
She
also
was
Ken, he was and Ken still running their company Bulletproof. They even a while back was going to promote a show in Florida, but some stuff happened. I don't know the details of it. I'm not going to go into detail of it. But here she is. She's showing pictures here from the show, and she looked really good. I mean, you look like everything was put together. As you know, her coach is Gunther. Shout out to Mr.
good.
Gunther. He follows me on social media. Greg, who's your coach?
My coach is Jose Raymond,
Oh, I heard Jose.
the
Yeah.
Boston Mass. Nine
Boston
time
Jose.
Olympian, 9-time Olympian, 2-time Arnold. Amazing human being and an incredible coach.
Yeah, I heard of Jose. I think I've interviewed a couple of ladies that have been his clients too. And also, folks, we're going to dip into Mr. Greg's a little bit real quick. You see here, there he is right there with his lovely wife. And we're going to jump in here, social media here. And Greg's, instead of guy, again, guys, this gentleman is 64 years old. I mean, I wish I could be Mr. Greg. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Genetics have a lot to do with
Yeah,
it.
I think it's, yeah, I think it's an important part, especially as a bodybuilder. I mean, determination to work, and also genetics is a factor. If you look at some of the bodybuilders now, and here y'all is with another level couple here. I
Mhm.
think, I think it's another gentleman from men's physique,
Yeah,
men's classic.
it's classic. Yeah. Uh, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. So sorry. Um,
That's all right.
he won the 40 and over, and he's going to the Masters Olympia.
Oh, congratulations,
Yeah.
and y'all two must have
And we
had a
could
good
actually
time.
competed. We both had done Chicago, Tampa, and the Masters this year.
Yeah. Also, it's good that here they are, because this is how I saw them when they were at the Tampa show. And I can't believe
Tampa.
that's been a month ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So fast.
So
time flies
fast.
fast. It's pretty much a month since we did our interview at Akio. That's about a month ago. I mean, as you
Yes.
know, my dear friend Eunice, she's promoting stuff right now. She's happy to give you your award and your trophies. There's
Yes.
great people, Eunice and JoJo. He was at the show. And also shout out to Bad Rap. I always want to shout out Bad Rap because
Mhm.
they a lot of respect for them and what they're doing for women's bodybuilding. So in the background we see the pro card.
Yes. And the
Yeah.
over.
Yes,
Yes.
that is, like I said, a lot of ladies love to show that off because that's their. You got to think about it, the time and work you put in, because you've been competing for nearly 10 years in this sport, and your husband only competing for like the last 5 or 6 years. And
Yes.
Competing. Yeah.
yeah, but that opportunity to finally get that pro card, the work you put in, the time put in, the struggle. Like I said, it's tougher. I would say this bodybuilding is, I think, tougher on women than anything because of how you have to build your body, how you develop. Because men, we get a little more of a pass. We agree that, Mr. Greg, compared to women.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, and I think my class, my women's physique, and my height 5'2", it's packed. There's a lot of ladies competing right now. So I was feeling that I was not going to achieve never my pro card, because every time I was going, there was a new girl coming in a great condition, and now I see in the pro level we were 16 that day. It was the biggest debate class in the master pro. So
Mhm.
yes, it's a lot of work. I don't complain, but yes, it's a lot.
It
Well,
is,
that
and
thing
the
is.
physiques are better and better every show. And if people you ever hear people say bodybuilding's dying, all you got to do is go to a master show. The competition gets tougher and tougher every show, every year, and the number of people that are in it is growing and growing. I mean, the guys in my 60 and over class, and even the 70 and over class, look years younger than they are, and the physiques are amazing.
I saw a video of a gentleman. He was 93 years old, and I think he
Yes.
was doing men's classic. And I'm looking at this
Yeah.
gentleman and said, "Wow, this man's old enough to be my grandfather, and he's
Yeah.
Oh
doing
yeah.
this." I
It
mean,
was his
you know,
birthday.
Yeah. His birthday
yeah,
was the next day. He
yeah.
was turning 93.
And I was talking to a lady. I've been talking on social media. I hope to get her on, Miss Carmen Brady, who also, I think she turned pro the year before, and she's been in the game for a long time. She won the women's bodybuilding 70. She was telling, we were hoping to try to do an interview while, because she lives in California. We're hoping to see if we can set up an interview, but she said she had to get up and go because she just had a new granddaughter. Congratulations to her. And I'm seeing a lot, like there's women right now, like a lady who competed at the Masters. That's been about at least about a month ago. Uh, Patty Corbett, and she's about 70, and still maintains a great physique. I mean, I think we're seeing more Masters competitors now because of, I would say this: the how a lot of people grew up. Like if you grew up like we did, Mr. Craig, grew up farm boy country. You go work, take care of your family, do this, do that, and then after that, the kids go off and do this, and what's it left for your life now? And
Right.
between you two, you do have kids. I know you have your two daughters, your son. How about you, Mr. Gray? How many babies you
I
have?
have two daughters and four grandchildren.
Hmm. And how about you? How you girls feel about the daddy being just pumped up, saying, "My daddy's strong."
They've bragged a little bit in the past, but I'm their dad. I'm just dad.
Well, that's good.
And that's all I really want to be. And unless, it's their husbands or boyfriends are around. And then it's
Well,
like, don't mess with her.
well,
Grandpa still got it.
I know we probably your grandkids say, "Hey, sir, those are cute little kids." Say, "No, he's my grandbabies."
Yeah.
You're like, what, what? So we'll pull these pictures here, and this is one I had a lady who was competing. Sure, she made an announcement. The lovely Miss Erin Hawkins, she was there, and this is y'all two from back scenes.
Oh
Beautiful
yes,
pic.
lovely person.
Yeah, she's a lovely person. We will do an interview next week together. She was on one of my live streams last weekend, and also we have here. This is here in the family. I
Oh
know
yeah.
there goes the daughters. There goes the little dog. That's your mother right there, Greg.
Yes, that's my mom,
You
Cheryl.
you look just like your mother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I was told I look like my mom.
It's weird because I look like my mom and I look like my dad.
Well, I was told I look like more like my mom. I look like my older brother James. I did, but my mom, I love her. I miss her. She was a great lady. And here's this also one here I found, and this is from the Honor Classic. Yo, Greg, you're a little too close to my girlfriend. You know, you're a little too close to her, Greg. I like you, Mr. Greg. The other guy I got a problem with, but you're a little too close to my girlfriend, and that is my girlfriend. I know I sound like I'm obsessed over, but a friend of mine, as I always want to shout out, Bad Rap, Eunice and Jolene, Bad Rap, big defined, ripped and pumped. She was at the Olympia back in 2023 when last time they had it in Florida, and
Mhm.
I've been a fan of Andrea. And she got me this issue. It's like right about my uh you remember when you were 48, Mr. Greg? It's been a long time ago. And it was at my 40th birthday, uh, November 19th. She got me this issue of, because you'll know about it, this issue of muscle development. It's the last print they made because, they're now going to digital now. And what makes it special about this, Mr. Gray, because I got to show this, this old saying, like one of my other half says, like, if you get something, never do for free. And sometimes this is my reward when she, the current 5-time Miss Olympia, 4-time Rise Phoenix champion, signs it and tells me she supports me and she thanks me.
Awesome.
I just love it. I'm obsessed with her. Maybe I should need I need to pull back a little bit. I need to, but and
That was
I
the
know
magazine that I always bought. Muscular Development was the magazine that was my Bible that I read every time, waited for every edition.
yeah. My brother used to get the Flex Iron Man. Flex was pretty good. I think I like Flex a little bit. Iron Man was pretty good. I still got a bunch of them in stock in my with my comic books. One of them was my favorite. Was especially is Mr. Gray. I guess Mr. Gray, Professor Crime, almost a person. That's why I love Women Like Your Life. And was a movie called a magazine called Women's Physique World. It's one of the few magazines that was printed mostly for women bodybuilders. Few opportunities for the women. I know a friend of mine's name is Glenn, and he runs his own magazine too. It's called Amazon Fitness Magazine. Because y'all guys, the opportunities are growing for y'all now as much as the women are. They still kind of catch up. If y'all heard, there's going to be a new change coming up next year, especially to the Olympia. As you know, the new point system will come in because they had the point system before. You think this will affect you, or would you ever consider doing open shows between the two of y'all, or y'all feel like y'all comfortable where y'all at?
I do open shows, because I'm there. I like to compete. I like to be on stage with the best. Do I think I'm going to beat Mike Summerfield? No. Am I going to beat Terrence Ruffin? No. But I've got a picture of me standing on stage next to him and Logan Franklin, and I don't look bad. And and that at my age makes you feel good. So much of it is about meeting people and making friends and talking and sharing the sport that we love. So I have no problem competing in the open.
No, that's pretty good. And what about you, Akia? What's your thoughts?
We're going to do. Uh, we're going to do well. When months ago, he told me when you get your pro card, there's a show in Mexico, a pro show. So we're going and you compete, and he's always making our future plans. Even I was not pro. So when I got the pro card, my coach told me, "Can you leave the country now that you got your green card?" And I said, "Yeah, now I can travel." So he told me, "Now you're on the list for the Far Labs, the Pro Mexico show." So I thought, okay, hold on, let me see the flights and everything. And he said, "You're going, you're going, you're going, you're going." So we were talking, and also he's doing it, and of course I'm going as he's doing it.
You're doing it. No, you're
Yeah,
doing it. You're doing it,
yeah,
Mr.
and
Greg. You're
it's
doing it. You're doing it.
it's more for right now. I don't have the possibility to beat Natalia and or
Natalia will be there.
yeah, Natalia Coelho,
Yeah.
And it's
and
a week after the Olympia.
Oh God, what?
I don't remember right now.
We're sending donuts and pizza to her room.
Do that. Yes, yes, yes.
I think he's gonna
Doctor
go
Natalia.
better. She's gonna get better on the stage.
That's crazy because I think about it. She usually one show she should do the week. My mama say just a month after the Olympia is Atlantic Coast, and I know she started promoting the show in Brazil, but my guess that's why she's not going to repeat that show because she promotes it. Uh, I mean,
She's
I
ready.
I
She's
know.
she's she's gonna be a week after the Olympia, so she's ready. So I'm not. with any expectation. As I did the Master Pro, I was there because of him, because I wanted our picture competing together. Also, there was April that I know, I think you know him, you know her. She won Chicago 45 plus, and she was going to be in the Master Pro. So for me, start competing with the girls that I admire so much, it's what I was, why I wanted my pro card, being with them. So going to Mexico is the first time after 2 years I'm going to my country like a pro, and there's going to be girls that I compete in the amateur level, and I'm gonna see other. There's also the it's gonna be the pro and the amateur. So another friends, they're going to do the amateur. So it's, for me, it's another dream, going there, competing, being on the stage with Natalia, just having the picture as he has his picture with Logan and Terrence. It's just being there.
Well, I know it was for me going to Tampa was an experience for me, and also while I was there, I was talking to Brianna Terry. She said she's doing that show also. That's going to be her pro debut. She's friends with Hunter Henderson. Saw some pictures here and there. She looks very impressive. She could probably crack the top two, or maybe she might defy all rules and beat the number two in the world to win physique, Natalia. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm like I said, I understand she got to be competitive, but this is my personal thought. I understand especially with the numbers are kind of low for women's physique this year, where you coming in as the former Miss Physique Olympia champion, and you've been top two the last 4 or 5 years. I know some ladies say they understand it's being competitive, but others would tell me why. I mean, we work just as hard. We want a shot. But the thing is about competition, and you
Exactly.
understand you both understand where your lane's at. You know that it's going to be tough to beat some of the top competitors, especially at your age. Sometimes they have the advantage of youth and genetics all combination, but you're dedicated. That's one thing about this. You have to be dedicated when you and you don't have to, you don't do it for the love of it or the profit. I would say you do it for the love of it. It's not as profitable when you look at other sports because you say you played, fast baseball back when you were younger. That's baseball's always been a very profitable sport back in the day when but you have to love what you do as much as you get
Right.
into it.
hmm Yeah, Shield's physique is great. She's got a great X frame. She's got great legs, great back. And she can still grow. She's young enough to grow, and everything. So I think she has potential to, if working hard. And it's a different. It's crazy that the level is so different between NPC and the IFBB Pro League that she can get to work. There's no reason she can't be very competitive. You know, First show out, top 10. What do you strive for from there? To be on stage with the best in the world and try to be top five.
Yeah, I mean, top three. Those are
Yeah.
good spots. Like right now, you were at Tampa, one of the top women's physique right now. Zama Binta. She
Mhm.
was top three before. She was top five last year. Another lady who's also competed at show. She just did the Masters though, but I don't think she's going to do a show this year. I hadn't heard anything. It's Susan Matheson Graham. I got to talk to her after the show, get an interview. And also I met the two top three in each divisions. That's Sharonica Hinton. I met her. We I'm a we did a little picture together. Me and Sharonica. I think she's beautiful. She's an amazing lady. It was just a great opportunity to meet her and talk to her. And then also, this is what I really love the most is Ashley Jones. I've been a fan of hers. I think she's so
Oh yes,
lovely. Yeah. But the one I'm always gonna, like I said, I can't help myself. I love her so much is Andrea. I just love
and she's
her.
so nice,
I hear so much about it. She's so nice. I
so
got
nice.
to, one of these things. I got to meet her. I don't know. I might act like a fool if I do. I'm trying to keep my composure, but I think she's amazing. I just saw Sarah Vickers did an interview with J.M. Mannion. She 5 weeks out, and she just looks crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, it's top level. I mean, saw Samson Dewey did an interview. He looks pretty good. I mean, who now? If you had a favorite, each division, who are you rooting for this upcoming Olympia?
Go, go first.
Yeah, ladies first.
In in physique, I have to say Natalia because I just love Natalia. And in figure would be Natalia because she's Mexican,
Natalia
and she yeah.
Sotero, yeah.
And if you go to bodybuilding, uh, I'm very fan of what's her name?
Yeah.
Io,
Yeah.
Angela Yo, yeah, yes, it's in
Andrea
King of the
Io,
World.
and but I think until Andrea retires, nobody's gonna beat her.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting.
Because you look her on the stage and there's no way to be more perfect. I think even I really the the physique of Io.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah,
And
yo,
yeah.
yeah, Angela Yo.
I really like her, but it was like Shanique in women's physique until she retired, and the figure that she just retired, I don't remember her name. That she was 6 time Olympia. She just retired in figure.
Oh,
8 times that Cindy Gillen.
Sydney.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Eight
Until she
time, yeah.
retired, yeah, nobody was going to beat her. Nobody. So I think it's like Andrea. Until she's on stage, she's gonna win.
Mhm. And what
I
about you,
think.
Mr. Gray? Yeah, what about you, Greg? Anybody you are predicting that might have a chance for either titles, men's open, men's bodybuilding physique, whichever.
I don't think they'll give it to him, but I like Nick, and I, you know, his blockiness, or he's just a fire plug of a human being, but he works so hard, and his muscle is good muscle, but with that said, Samson, you know, I'm a tall guy, for Samson to be able to do what he's done with his physique, with his height and everything. So um, I'm gonna probably have to say Samson for men's bodybuilding. Um, let's see,
Physique.
for men's physique, Terrence. Mike Summerfield has so much more room to grow. I think he could have. He still had 3 or 4 pounds of from the last Olympia to now, and so I think Mike's going to be hard to beat because of his density and his good muscle, and he knows how to hide his flaws pretty well. But Terrence, I've just been a fan of Terrence's the whole time, and seeing his physique that I've seen here in the updates, I'm pulling for Terrence. Now, if I have someone that I relate to, it's Logan. I love Logan's physique, but I just don't think he's there yet with that. And I've been a fan of Logan's forever until I found out that she liked him a lot. Then it was like, forget Logan.
Hey, hey, don't be jealous. It's her fault. It's her fault that
It's
she
like,
liked this man.
whatever.
Don't be jealous.
Whatever.
Now you have a couple open seats for titles. That Chris Bum said he stepped down from men's classics,
Yeah.
so that's open shot. Figure Sydney is retired, so that's open, and Missy switched from fitness to figure. With that
It's gonna be
one,
difficult that way.
yeah, I'm going for Lola in figure. Honestly, I'm going for Lola.
I
I
like
can't.
Lola's physique too.
Yeah.
I don't like her too.
It,
Who cares? You don't
at
like
some
her.
points, though, I mean, it can be a little more straight up and down. I think some pictures, it's just on how she presents herself. To, and I am not anyone that is remotely good at picking winners in bikini figure.
wellness.
and,
They don't look. They look
I'm
like to me.
horrible. I'm just like,
They don't look like to me.
but
I don't. I'm telling you, Mr. Gray. They, I pay attention to some bikini girls, some wellness girls, but truthfully, and and I think next year you're gonna have. There's a division that's coming up next year. I just can't talk. It's golf. Excuse me. It's golf fit model. I mean, I mean,
I
I interviewed a
drove by
couple.
a gym today. I think I'll compete tomorrow.
I think a couple ladies I interviewed. One of the ladies I met when I was at Tampa. Her name is Amy, and she was competing at the in the circuit. This is nice young people, nice people. I would say no offense to them. It's just that here, this is my mindset. It's like when they brought in men's classic because they want to throw back to the Frank Zanes and the Arnold classic physiques, but you know, it's about the evolution. Chris, he took a step in men's open. I don't think he's going to do it full time. I don't know. He might just he might. You never
He
know.
says he's done, and I believe him. I don't think they'll pull him back.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like the
He's going to be a
Godfather.
daddy again.
Oh yeah, because I know didn't get married a while back.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, congratulations.
And they had the baby, and now they're expecting their second.
Oh, that's nice. It's like I don't know. Sometimes somebody just walk away. It's kind of like the movie, the scene from Godfather 3. They keep pulling me back in. You never know when they get the call. But that's the thing is, what I was saying again, how bodybuilding has evolved. Now you've been following as long as I have, maybe a little longer. It has evolved from if you look at from men, you look from the levels of like a Samir Banu or Sergio Olivier to Arnold to Lee to Darian to Ronnie to Samson to I saw Derek Lundford. He was at the booth for a Bad Rap booth. And I didn't realize the guy was that short. I think I'm about a couple inches taller than him. And it's evolution. Same thing with the women. We go back to a lady who I saw who was there, Annie Rivicchio. She competed back in the 90s and the good part of 2000s. People like Linda Murray, who I follow. It's you're bringing in now a division that's going to end up looking like the division you're supposed to replace. So,
Right.
what's the point? So either the women in bikini might need to go up to like a division like figure, because I've seen some bikini competitors who look like they could be figure. I'm seeing physique competitors that could be doing women's bodybuilding. I'm seeing figure competitors who should do women's physique. Wellness it's kind of like because it's kind of an off-long build physique if you look at it. But I'm seeing some of those women coming down from figure and physique going to that division. It's changing that look.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that wellness, if they drop a little bit, if they get a little bit dry, they go to physique. And like Shanique, she was physique, and now she won wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And it's kind of like with the men's physique guys. Everybody was complaining, oh, they don't have any legs. They don't have any legs. Those men got legs. They ain't boys. They're men. And Brandon Hendrickson is my guy. He was my first physique coach. And I love that man to death. And I think he's going to pull the Olympia out again this year. But it's kind of the same thing. A lot of those guys could move up. And you hear people complaining about divisions, and that's what we're about. We're about growing. If you're building a physique, isn't the objective to go from one class to the next? And build yourself up. You can't come in at 300 pounds and compete in open bodybuilding. And so men's physique, classic physique, 212, whatever. Mike Summerfield, people were like, oh, he looks like he's 212. Well, guess what? Mike Summerfield weighs 212.
and ours is changing from
Yeah, and Urs has been pulling himself down so much the last few years. He gets to compete at his natural, where his body wants to be this weekend. So, but then the women there, the natural progression, fit model. No one likes the fact that you don't have to work out. You can just come. But, the other progressions there, and you can think, I saw pictures of, uh, who's
Shanique.
Not Shanique, but Sarah.
Sarah,
And then I
yeah.
also that I saw this morning, 5 weeks out.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that video.
Sorry.
She
Incredible.
she her butt is like Swiss cheese. You can slice cheese on it.
Yeah.
I mean, she one thing was when she won the title, she changed the vision. She changed the look of it because people complain about how women's physique is starting to look like women's bodybuilding. But here's the thing: is you put the champion in there where everybody's chasing that look. It's like with Andrea, or like with Sydney. Everybody's chasing that look. If
Look.
you if you didn't want that look, you could have let Shanique still be champ.
Right.
Very good, great lines, great femininity. People will like that. But because you went this direction, now this is new look that everybody wants to chase. That's one thing. I think if you're complaining about that, it's the judges. They have a lot of control. The requirements you're supposed to stick to it. Like I said again, I'm seeing some ladies who I know I ran into you and Rachel Daniels. She was there, and Rachel, her quads, her client is Keisha Oliver. She competed in the Open and also in the 40 plus. She won a qualification for 40 plus. Her legs are bigger than her clients, and I mean, it's just and there some like I think some people use excuses. I don't feel comfortable. I like this. And I think with the women, y'all a lot worse because y'all saying I don't want to really feel like pretty, because there's always this issue with women in bodybuilding. And like I said, Mr. Greg, men get a little pass, but still y'all get a little picked on. But I know it's hard for your wife when she has to deal with people's comments and looks and stuff like that.
It is, and one of the first things I say, because we're involved in the sport. We go to the Arnold, we go to the Olympia, and we talk to the people and everything. It's like, oh, they're so big and so much muscle. I'm like, my wife is 5'2" and weighs 124 pounds. She's not this huge muscle bound monster. And Natalia is, you don't. Yep. People are afraid of something that they don't know anything about, and these ladies that compete, they bust their butts, and to get where they are. The gym is the fun part. The dieting, not so much, but that's how we have to show off what we do. And I mean, the women's classes are incredible to watch.
Yeah.
And that goes everything from any of the opens to the eldest of the masters. You go and you watch. They're incredible. The ladies are incredible.
Yeah, like I said, that's why my channel. That's what my channel is about: giving y'all ladies recognition and attention. I respect what you guys do, but also y'all ladies, the ladies really need your recognition and your attention.
Yeah, because it's harder to get muscle.
Yeah. Well, folks, what I'm gonna do is this. She was at the North Americans, and they did a little interview. And as one of my jobs is I was taught by my master, Raza Guladima's head, beware of your surroundings of all time, young master. Always never give show feeling for a killing bro. And always, I'm always aware of my surroundings. So she did a little interview after the show. And you want to check it out, I'm gonna pull it up here in a minute. Y'all can watch it. And we can, she's very we can really see, you can feel how, especially how she's feeling or the words she's saying. It's just like I said, hey, I mean, a lot of ladies, when a lot of competitors get your pro card, it's like the greatest moment of your life. Next to maybe your first kid, or when you get married, your first kiss. Who can remember your first kiss? It's been a long time for mine. It's just
I
one
don't
of those great
even
events.
remember my first kiss.
Yeah, but but here he's gonna pull up this. It's a great little video where she's talking with with the interviewer, and he works for NPC News Online. So we're gonna play it for y'all.
Hey everybody, it's Josh with Forged by Iron here for NPC News Online at the 2025 North American Champions with the 45 and over women's physique, new IFBB Pro,
Rocio Sanoja.
Okay, so how's it feel now being a new IFBB Pro?
I still can't believe it. It was 9 years trying to get it, and now God timing gave me the opportunity to win here in Pittsburgh. That I love it.
So what was the show you did previous?
Tampa Pro.
So you,
The Tampa.
yeah, so you were just in Tampa.
Yeah,
How'd you do in Tampa?
I won.
And now what'd you do here?
I won again.
You won again.
Yeah.
So anybody you want to give a shout out
Yeah.
to?
First of all, God and my mom that is watching me, and my coach got there. He did an amazing work. My husband, that he has supported me so much all these years, believe in me, my kids, and all my family, and I'm just I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm pro.
All right, so where's home?
I'm from Mexico, originally from Mexico, but I live in Florida and Fort Myers.
So are you going to destroy a meal here, or are you going to wait to get good food down in Florida?
I think I need to talk with my coach and see if he wants me to do something this Sunday, or we are gonna wait. I really want a Coke and eat with my pro card here.
So what's up next for you?
I think I need more muscle. I don't know if I'm gonna take 1 year to really come in a better shape.
I mean, I don't know. You came in on point today, and you walked away with a pro card.
Yeah. It was a miracle of my coach. I know I have to do the work, but with him, it has been since November. We start working, and it's a very good person, and I really, this is his work. It's amazing. Yeah.
All right, everybody. It's Josh with Forged by Iron.
And Rocio Sanoja. Thank you.
See you next time.
That you hear in her voice how she was talking about you.
Yeah, and I cried a lot more.
She's like, she's a woman. She has to cry. She's getting that.
Oh,
There you
yes,
go.
but I
Getting the
was crying.
carafe. Yeah. I
Because the
mean,
thing
yeah.
is, when they give me, I thought I was not winning because Lisa Williams was beside me in the second place, and she was winning everything. So she won the bodybuilding more than lightweight.
Hmm.
I was with her in one division in bodybuilding, and she won. So seeing that previous week that she was winning, I just thought she was going to win the pro card there. So when they said the new IFBB Pro, my head was like, oh no, that's not me. No, that's not me. Then turn around, see there was no one in the diagonal, and seeing the pro card here, and it's too much. Like I told you, it's too much information because this double bicep picture here, picture there. So now raise your this, raise the pro card, and as soon as you start walking, it's like, I won, I won. No, I really won. And the stairs you go, there's when I got like the shock and I couldn't breathe. But I was seeing everybody. As soon as you go down that stairs, you can't breathe. It was, and they start talking. I'm gonna hold this. Go the other day because you're going to the other one, and you're like, what? Just tell me where to go.
Yeah, I've heard some ladies who fainted, cried, puke. Some were
Yeah.
just happy because and what like when you won your pro card, at the North American grade, what was that feeling for you? Was that about the same when you would say, "Hey"?
It was similar. It was like you just don't believe it that it happened. I mean, the thing is on stage and you're kind of numb going through those motions of holding the card, holding the trophy, and then you're off stage and it's like, well, you got to go to the overall, and everything is just like boom, 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 and it's like you didn't have a second to go from just winning and now you're back on stage going for an overall. It's like, holy crap, I didn't prepare for an overall.
And then you have to start posing again.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
posing, and then it's like, oh my goodness, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm in another competition right now, and then it happens, and you come off, and then you're being interviewed, and it's like everything's hitting you, and it's like, what did I just do? And yeah, it's an amazing feeling, and then it's like, oh crap, it's time to get back to work. I can.
Hey, I remember I interviewed a young lady. She competed at Tampa. This year was her pro debut. Her name is Katrina Blackburn. She did Chicago also, and she did Tampa because her coaches and friends are the priorities. And she told me how she wasn't sure that she was in the top 10 at Tampa, but she said she was because her coach Oksana told her, "You will be ready. You have to get ready." I said, "Why?" Because you're in the top 10. I said, "What?" And I interviewed a lady. Her name is Kimberly. And she said she wasn't sure that she was in it but she was in the top 10. And she kind of spammed her routine. She didn't even had a routine for it because she wasn't sure. Getting that spot to be in the top competitors, top 5, top 10, whatever, and it's something rewarding. Like I said again, you're not going to be up there and be up with someone like Sarah or Natalia or Veronica, but as long as you can get that close to them, that's a great sensation for any competitor.
Mhm.
It was like when we decided that I was doing the Master Pro, I didn't have the routine. So I was like, what am I doing if I get the top 10? And I just pick a song and I'm not going to do it. There's 16. There's not a chance that only the top 10 will do the routine. And I was like, well, I just put that song. I will. I don't think I'm going to be on the top 10. And then when they start saying the numbers backstage, and I was there, and then seeing who I beat, like she's amazing. Did I did better than her? So that kind of was also very emotional because my pro debut for me, being with him, competing the same day was my trophy. And
And her competition was
yeah, I saw
crazy good, from top to bottom. There wasn't a person on that stage that was not conditioned, and you love to see that, no matter what place you get.
Yeah, I was enjoying because no expectation. Like going to Mexico, I don't have expectations. I just want to be with my friends on stage again, finally, because now that there's a girl that, well, she still don't know she's gonna do it. She's preparing, um, eh, and being on a stage with her, that was my first NPC show that she won. Her name is Nena Sandoval. She won. I got second, and from there, I haven't seen her. So if we're gonna be in the same stage now, both pro, I think it's for me it's what I was trying to achieve, being with them.
Yeah, and I remember the list. Ladies who I interviewed did that show. Alex Blankenship, who I met at Tampa, also she was in the top 10. Alex like short 4'8". Also, there was another lady who I know, Carol Ung. We were talking back and forth. Sandra won the title. There was some amazing ladies from the list. A couple of them have been my guests before, and some ladies were making their debut just like you, like Sharon Fashawn and her husband John were both making debut at the Masters World Championship. But as you know, you said earlier, Keo, you had that burger and a Coke, but after the show, after everything was done, everything was over, and I often ask you, any competitor, especially that long prep, and I'm a fat man, I like food. Tell me, Greg, tell me, Keo, where's that thing that you desired the most? What did that thing that was calling your appetites?
I think sleeping.
Yeah, Sunday was very long because they said the men were in the morning and the ladies were in the afternoon, and well, the ladies started at 3 something, and so then they got to finals. It was close to 11 o'clock before we got back to the hotel. And so we actually just ended up ordering Uber Eats. But we had pasta. We both wanted pasta.
Carbs.
Yeah.
Yes. I had spaghetti and meatballs, and some garlic bread. And that's the funny thing is because we were both actually just wanting bread.
It's
And
that
then
glucose.
yeah, she had chicken Alfredo. So I mean, we didn't go too crazy there, and we had to get up and catch flights too. So
Yeah, yeah, that's good. You want to be smart, especially you got to go back on the plane, you got to go back home. I remember when I went to Tampa and I went to the Master Show. That was like that Thursday afternoon,
mhm.
and to me, I talked to ladies who did a show in Tupelo. They did their show. The prejudging started at 5 o'clock. That's too late in the day to do a prejudging. And I think they did the finals maybe 2 or 3 hours later. I think maybe that's the one reason why. I remember when I was there, I was hanging out with my friend Eunice and her husband Willie. Uh, I think when they ended theirs, we were looking for some place to eat. We were going to this one place, it was closed. This place was closed. The bar was open, but the kitchen was closed. We had to go to this little place somewhere on the other side of Tampa. Nice little place. The food was pretty good. Except for one part, there was this couple arguing, but we were about done and we were ready to go. But yeah, I think that's most important about finding that right diet and eating. And now you got to get back in the gym and get ready for his upcoming show. Like I already asked Kia what's your training like, Greg? What's that when you're in the gym? What's your favorite workout? And that one says, "Damn, I got to do this shit."
Well, damn, I got to do this shit. Used to be legs and everything, but I like training. I do. I like training. I love doing back. I love doing shoulders, and legs have become a favorite thing to train too. It's like I like beating myself. Going past what I thought my potential could be. And now, 2 years ago, I trained heavy. I was doing bent over rows, 4 plates aside. This time I tried to do high reps. I was trying to do anywhere 15 to 20 reps of everything. So most of my weights lowered and just trying to get a pump and do something different because it's hard to grow muscle at this age.
Yeah.
So you got to do something different, and it worked. My legs came up. My
I
back might have actually went down a little bit,
Oh, the black.
but my shoulders have come up, and that. So, but if I had to pick a body part that I can go in the gym and start training, and then it's like an hour and a half later, I forgot that I'm still training. It's shoulders. I can just do shoulders. I love doing shoulders.
Show
If they
shrugs
only
and yeah.
only responded as much as I like training them.
Yeah, I think everybody has their favorites. But anytime I hear anybody say they love legs, Mr. Greg, you're a masochist. You are a sick, twisted puppy. I mean, if you
I
only
hate
only
legs.
only wellness women love legs.
Well,
They're the one.
it's probably because it's that I'm seeing them grow. If they still weren't doing anything, I was like, yeah, forget it. I'll do
Yeah,
abs instead.
yeah, yeah.
Even if
He's
I
wearing
see
long
that they
boy
are
shorts.
growing, e-
Yeah,
even if I
yeah,
see that they are growing, I don't like the pain that you feel. It's why.
Yeah.
yeah.
My knees stink from, all the years of playing ball and being a catcher and third base and that. So my knees go through have been chewed up over the years. So
Um,
it makes squats and leg press and hack squats.
He's not right.
I,
Pendulum, especially. You just gotta keep the weight that you're moving out of your head. Now
I,
I've done 12 plates aside on the leg press, 9 plates aside on the hack, and everything. But at 64, why do I need to do that?
you need to press anybody. I can feel you, Mr. Greg, because I've been like I said, I've been working since I was a kid. Been
Hmm.
working from anything from in the field to working in you know, factories.
Hmm.
I mean, I got plus carrying this body, I got knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. I mean that trip to Tampa, I did a lot of walking. It was good for me to get out and about, but then I had to pay for it later. Waking up, oh God, I feel like what's this? Cut off my legs, but it's still there. But yeah, that's the thing about, especially when you're older, your body changes. I can tell you right now, like Like one thing is I have a pacemaker. I gotta be careful with myself because I have issues with my heart. It's genetics, it's family thing. I have,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, a lot of years of working and doing heavy lifting, stuff like that. My shoulders, I got a tear here, I got a spur here. I mean, the body starts talking to you. But for somebody your age and your years, you put a lot of young people to shame
Yes.
because you're able to get up in the morning. And this thing about bodybuilding, people don't understand. You have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent, and you have to understand what's involved in it. Most people just instead of getting look at bodybuilding and say, "I just pumped the because I steroids," and yeah. And bodybuilding is not seen as a serious sport. This is something I always would go back to. When I finally got to my motel room, Tampa, I was tired. It was a long train ride. I had 6 hours down to Savannah. Had to wait 6 hours for the train to Florida, and then the other way back another 4 or 5 hour ride, and then another 6 hours waiting the same train station, another 4 or 5 hours back to South Carolina, where I was my sister picked me up at the depot. And for anybody who don't understand that commitment and passion of this sport, learn, educate yourself. But when I get to my room, I was tired. I said, I take a rest, a couple of hours. I get dressed, clean up. I go to the master show. I'm putting the television, and I'm just like, just look at stuff. It's another time, another TV channel looks. Then I stop on East Bend Ocho, and I'm watching championship pillow fighting. So you can show pillow fighting and cornhole on a sports television show, but not bodybuilding.
Yeah, and dancing. Yeah,
Well, dance is pretty popular now. They do a
it
lot of
is.
tournament stuff like that. It's very popular. I think it's about popularity thing. That's the thing about bodybuilding. It's not considered popular, but it's always going to get this finger pointed because you're on steroids, you're taking juice, yeah. But
Right.
that's only to help for recovery. Now, if any of you competitors who do natural bodybuilding, but people accuse them of that because it's not the same. If you don't follow a diet, you're not consistent, you don't train and build your body. It's not everybody can do this. I got a friend. He shout out to my big brother, Mr. Keith, Big Keith Williams. He's an IFBB Pro bodybuilder. He told me this, said, George, if these people take the shit I take to want to get ready for my prep and don't follow my diet, my regimen, they're not going to look like me. They're going to look like shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth using something because
Absolutely.
you have
Mm-hmm.
to do it to see the results.
Right. And it is an accusation sport. And I've had, the accusations forever on that. But my stage weight, my cap for classic is 234. I was 205. If I'm doing all this stuff, why aren't I 270 and stuff? I couldn't even remember to take my TRT.
so it's like you have old timers.
Yeah. Actually, I got a doctor's appointment coming up this Friday, and I'm like, well, I haven't been taking it for at least a month, and uh, and I
you
forgot
just
to go do my blood work.
You just remind me. I have a doctor appointment next Friday. Also, I gotta go Monday because I gotta run some tests on me. I went to see my ortho because of my knees, so he gave me shots for some gels, and then I gotta make an appointment to see my cardiologist for my heart. My pacemaker. I got 2.5 years left on the battery. God, Mister Greg, I'm old as you. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing is, I wish people be more educated about this sport, understand it. That's why I do, and I get the opportunity to have a couple like yourself, and to share your story, share your interests, your passion. I mean, one thing I often talk about is I wish, like any other sport, it was more profitable for you. But like for you, sir, all you gotta do is put on a pair of banana hammocks and poor shorts, and that's it. You're good. But your wife, the cost for her, especially for show that you have these spaces because you have to eat, you need more food, you need a lot of this. She has to have that, her hair, her makeup done, her jewelry, everything involved with it. And it's a sport. I mean, it's never going to be an equal quality when it comes to men and women in any kind of sport.
No, but even those, little classic trunks that aren't anything in the board shorts, those are $75 to $100. they get us. This is an expensive sport.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you were paying the entry fees, you know, in the master's side of things, you've got, you know, your coach expense, your all your food, of course, the entry fees, your travel, everything. It's quite expensive, and even like the payback, like Chicago, Tampa, for 60 and over, you only get paid for first place, and then 50 and over, they'll do first, second, and third. But you know, it's like 600, 300, 200, and you know, your entry fee's $300 for that. And then, like I said, you got your travel, hotel, all that. You know, we were in Pittsburgh for a week.
Yeah, there's a lot of expenses on
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of expenses that go along with it.
A little bit more that day, maybe for women, just because the hair, the
Hair,
makeup,
makeup.
nails, jewelry, the bikini, the cost of the bikini here on the States is ridiculous. It's I saw one 800 and it was a used one because new ones they go more than
16, 1700.
that's the basic,
Yeah.
the basic
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
ones that the Olympia use they are no, I don't know how much they.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
there's a
they're
young
really.
lady I just mentioned earlier, Alexander Blankenship. She makes bikinis. She poses in suits. So maybe I'll send you. She has a site where she does it. I might send it to you later and see you want to look at it. Maybe you find something that would work for you. Maybe just something like you want to do just a show maybe next year or something. Just need for just as a backup. We have an issue with your suit. She's pretty reasonable. And that's the thing is, in some competitors and some coaches will suggest you to rent or even make your own suits. That
Mhm.
saves expense. There's always ways to try to try to save a dollar.
Yeah.
Sometimes with some competitors you have to sometimes steal from Peter to pay Paul. Here we have your guest. Shout out to my man KL the Wanderer. He says, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, you brother? Also, he says, hi, Larsons. Hey, hi to y'all. Yeah.
Hello.
And hey, and also he says, I couldn't be a bodybuilder, not in my budget. Yeah, I can tell you the truth. I couldn't be one. My budget when I got back from Atlanta, I mean for Tampa, I said, you know what, I have to reach $1 for the next few weeks till because it's expense. But I'm not be a bodybuilder. I'm just a guy who was coming there to help out a friend of mine and also check out a show. But yeah, I wish there was more, especially for the master competitors. I wish because it's still not as popular, but it's growing. It's growing
Right.
because there's a new. I think because you've seen a lot of people who grew up watching bodybuilding, following, who now want to follow their dream and be bodybuilders. And especially when you're mature, you don't have the kids to worry about now. Her kids are still growing. Your kids are pretty much growing. They have babies, and you have that if yes, I guess something to give me to do. But this is something I wish there was like sponsorship does help. If you can find somebody to
Yes.
sponsor your next show, cover the cost of your trip. I got a friend, she runs a company called Bad Rap, and she's sponsoring athletes, mostly women, not men, Mr. Greg, it's women. But that's Eunice and her and JoJo. But
Yeah.
I mean, if this is one thing is, I wish there was people reach out, people like you, a great couple, great personality. But I gotta tell you, I gotta be careful out there. And you too, Mr. Gray, because this guy's out there saying, "Yeah, your wife's pretty great, and you're kind of handsome too. So if I do y'all both a favor, no, stop that, you sick freak."
Yeah.
Stop because I'm very jealous.
Should tear you up. Don't even worry. Don't think about it.
Yeah, but this
It's
is
like,
what if I could do with this, I would say, Mr. and Mrs. Larson, you have a great passion for sport. You are a great couple. We would love and be interested maybe in sponsoring you towards your future. So if you will feel this product that we have works in your process as bodybuilders, if you feel like it's something you can use as you're developing and growing in the sport, we'd like to help you out in that future in bodybuilding. But if you're not sure about it, we respect your decision. But if you are, let us know. We'll keep in contact. We'll set things up. We just want to see you succeed in this sport.
Oh yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. That's what we're trying
And
to
that's
getting a sponsors to help with, like you said last time, with something because it's even the small thing they can gave us as the sponsors, it helps something. Even
Helps.
$10 or something, or maybe the suit that somebody's not going to use and fit me, or the yearly that you said maybe somebody's it's they have more, and something that can help us, and more than we are 6 weeks for the next show.
Well, like I said, that's the thing is, I wish there was more people that really would step up. There's people who are fans of sport, but they don't want to feel like it's like, Greg back then. You always know that Greg. You know that one dude who has a girl, but she wasn't that pretty. But he thought she was pretty. She go by everybody else. But everybody say, nah, man, you shouldn't have her around us. Yeah, but that's the thing is that people just need to be open minded and don't let what other people got to say stop you from maybe want to help somebody. And
Right.
also, we have to be open and willing to really discover bodybuilder. Watch a show. Go if you can afford it. Go to show live. I think this weekend I'm going to do a live stream panel for the Resin Phoenix. Because I'm a big fan of that. My girl's
Mhm.
going to be competing again. She's going to try to regain her title. Also, that same weekend
Andrew Yao.
is no Andrew
Oh.
no Andrew not Andrew
Oh,
yeah you mean
you
Andre
said
Shaw.
sorry. You
Yeah,
said
no,
regain the title. Okay, sorry.
yeah, because
Yes.
Angela. I was talking with Angela a while back. She's not doing the show because now the change is no longer the women's bodybuilding world championship because Jake is focusing more. And anytime I say his name, because these guys say women's bodybuilding, yo Jake, I want that money. I want that gun. Shout out to Mr. Jake Wood. I can't help it. It's just something that's in my mind. But yeah, she's going back to regain her title because Angela's not gonna do. Because I was talking with her, she's kind of not happy how where they're going with it. But now he has to focus on Olympia because now Arnold he shoot up the prize money for the men's open bodybuilding at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. Now he's shoot up the prize money for the men's bodybuilding. And also maybe shoot up the other divisions. I hope he does that too. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy doing this content. I know one of Gunther's clients, your teammate, Carla, is going to be doing that show in Germany. Wish you
Yes.
best of luck. I mean, I was hoping to see her there because I was talking with my friend Eunice, who was hoping to see her there because she did Chicago. I was hoping to go see her there at Tampa too, but I know she changed her mind and she dropped out and do another show. But
Exactly.
yeah. But doing this content and really learning something, and even paying attention to you guys too, Mr. Greg. I mean, like I said again, I have to be aware of my surroundings at all times when doing this content because I get to learn something day by day, and I gain knowledge from these interviews when I have a good exchange and understand what drives people like yourself to be in a sport where there is mental, physical, financial. I mean, draining the sport can be. It's a sport, but it's a very expensive hobby too.
Very, very.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
If you're going to the gym, you're already paying your membership and you got to eat. So you just got to be frugal when you shop there. Look for the specials, look for sales and everything. And, you know, get bulk stuff when you can and when you can afford it, when you can store it, break it down. And there's a lot of ways to survive.
Yeah. Like I say, sometimes, like I said, my mother taught us how to stretch a dollar. It can be tough, but you know what? Some things you might want, you got to make a choice. Do I want it? Do I need it? And
Right.
you need it is important. If you want it, you can get it another time whenever you got the money, whenever you got a chance. We got here shout out to my man KL for his support. It says, what's your good moments on competing, either one of you?
You go.
Good moments.
Ladies?
Well, obviously winning the pro card. Then, being on stage with some of the best in the world there in the opens, like, when I did the Legions and people that I meet. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. The favorite moments on stage are the people that you meet. And that from my very first show, was, like I said, the Dexter Jackson. I still have people that I met at that show that I look forward to seeing at other shows. The willingness of people to talk to you. People think that, a lot of the top people are unapproachable, and it's not true. everyone, for the most part, has a great personality. They're willing to talk to you. I guarantee you go up to Jay Cutler and he's standing there waiting some and say hi, how you doing? Jay's gonna talk to you and share stuff, give you some advice, whatever. The people in this sport overall are great human beings,
Yeah, me
and,
too.
and that is such a big deal when you go to these shows.
Yeah, being on the stage is one thing with them, but backstage, when they have us lined up, the way you talk with the girl that you have beside, and knowing she's as nervous as I was, and talking, and then giving us the Instagram, and the next day start just talking like she's my iron sister right now, and that kind of things for me are the best, the best. Now, of
Yeah.
course, winning is it's
Yeah, the bling is nice. Don't get us
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah,
No, don't get it twisted. No, don't get it twisted.
There's,
I
there's,
know.
yeah,
it's, if you entered a couple classes and you medaled in them and you're walking away from them and it's going ka-clang, ka-clang,
yeah,
ka-clang, that's kind of a good feeling.
yeah.
It's kind of like me and my softball steel cleats on the concrete. It's just a good sound.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when I won the Tampa extravaganza, that I had all these medals and the green things on my crown and my belt, and I was walking and everybody's like, "Oh, congratulations!" and the cling, 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 cling. But it was a lot cling, cling, cling.
Yeah.
That's of course very nice, but also it's very nice knowing that you make new friends.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a great experience for me to be there. Like, to meet you. Here she is with
Oh
my dear
yes.
friend Eunice and Jolene. Shout out to them. While I was there, I even got to meet a legend, Mr. Kevin Levrone. He was there. I said, I remember back then. When I used to look at the most max, him guys like Flex, him guys like Ronnie. I shook his hand, said, "Sir, you should have been Mr. Olympia a couple of times." He said, "Yeah, yeah." He agreed with me on that. But the highlight for me, and this is this gentleman right here, Mr. David Lee Roth, Diamond Dave. I mean, it's like this. I was at the little area where I was charging up my phone and stuff, because I was there because I was going to leave later that afternoon because I catch my train. So I was there helping my friend Eunice. I went up to charge my phone and stuff. I was on my way back. I was walking. I saw this older dude. I didn't know he probably was a fan, something like that. I'm sitting at the booth. I'm looking at my phone. And here's this man walking. I saw that smile on that face. I said, it registered in my head real quick because I grew up in the '80s, and I remember used to watch, like I remember when Van Halen came out with Jump, he used to play it a lot on the urban market because it was a great song.
Mhm.
Because Eddie was playing Synthesizer. You never heard that in rock. That's very more R&B, hip hop, but it was in the rock song. And then seeing Dave, and he's being a fan about me. We talked about Kay Baxter. Remember Kay Baxter back in the day? They used to be his trainer. She was in that video. I wish you all could be California girls. I remember that video. And just talking to him, and he's a fan of the sport. He's actually the picture of him sitting with Derek doing this show.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great experience. Here we have some comments here. Shout out to my man, KL. He says this. He says, "Do any of you have friends outside of bodybuilding come to your shows?"
Yes. Yes.
Not a lot.
Yeah, it's not a
Not
lot,
a
but
lot.
yeah, and that's kind of the reason I did Chicago, because I'm from Illinois, and had a buddy from Wisconsin come, but he's interested in the sport, but the family didn't come.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
not a
that's
lot. I think it's very tired for like her mom. It was the best
Yeah.
the first time
Yeah,
she
my mom came to Tampa. Sorry.
yeah. So it was
yeah.
the first time. So I think it's when you are not in the sport, and one day of competition, as you saw, it's really tired because you see athletes and athletes and athletes and athletes on stage,
Mhm.
and then finally you have the chance to see the person, but it's 2 3 minutes and he's out. and then you have to wait for the finals. So
And then, one of the things I don't want to, say anything negative, but really, we do the prejudging in the morning, and for the most part, the show's over. And then you come back for finals at night, and you've got the routine, and the rest is just kind of like a cattle call. They've already made their decisions, and people get charged, 50, 75, $100 for finals. That's expensive.
that's another thing.
Just
Also,
just when
going
the
to see,
decision's made already.
Yeah,
because
because
the price for prejudging, and then the price for finals.
I'd stretch my dollars because I wanted to see my friend, so I did this. I just because with the Masters, it was just I think it was $80 just for regular seating, so that's it covered it all. Which should have been the same thing for the open shows, but the cost of I had to say cost, so I say I'm just gonna do the finals and skip the prejudging. I remember when I went to Savannah, I had to pay, I think it was $80 for for the VIP so I could be closer. So and then it was 100 something, or I think it was 100 and something for VIP in the finals. And that's one thing. It's expensive for us people go. That's why most people watch pay-per-views because
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
$50, $60 at the most. But that's one
Yeah.
thing. If you go to say, okay, we had the finals, just go ahead and let's just finish things all in one time instead of waiting so everybody can go home and eat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, we got a comment from a man. Shout out to my man. DJ says Diamond Dave at the Tampa Pro. Whoever would know he would be there. Yeah, he says he's a fan. Also,
That's-
from my man KL, he says you should interview Dave Roth George on muscle and bodybuilding. He's a busy man. I don't think he has time. So I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Also, this is from my man DJ said, don't expect Ashley Jones to be at the Tampa either. Well, she was there because one of her clients was competing. And this is one from my man says, I don't know if David Roth has an IG page. He has like a bunch of them. Because I remember when we had to try to tag him in for a bad rap, and also on my IG, it was like we just picked one that thing because he's a celebrity. He's gonna have a lot of those. But
Mhm.
that's the thing about this sport. It can be, if you're not in the sport, friendships, relationships change because your lifestyle change. You can't hang out and do like you used to do, like drink, do this, that. You got to go to bed at maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, so you get ready to get in the morning, start your day, and get ready for prep and workout. There's so much involved in it. And again, it's not so much a sacrifice, it's an investment of what you want to bring to the stage as a competitor.
Exactly. It's how much you want that dream.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, so we'll hold the Larsons too long, and as you know, they are going to compete. This, I think it's in about a month's time. I think it's
6 weeks exactly.
yes, right after the Olympia. It's going to be the Mexico Pro, and and both of them going to be competing there because she wants you to compete there, Greg. Not she wants by herself, and
Is there?
there we go. Sorry, guys. I know, guys. It wasn't the chick flexing, but hey, you gotta flex. Shut your sick freaks. But yeah. I mean, it's good that y'all come together. And you going back home, and I know
Yes.
I know you see your son's still in Mexico,
My son is in Cancun.
Cancun. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
he would get to
but
see his
I'm
mom.
originally from Mexico City, exactly. So we're going to my roots.
Yeah, I know he sees it, mama, oh, mama. He'd be so happy to see his mama because my mother. Greg, you're blessed to have your mother. You are
Oh
blessed.
yes.
My mother, it's been 5 years, just somewhere in July, around about June to July when she passed. And this is why I started doing this because I was taking care of her, because it gave me something to help in my mind because she was dealing with her illness and sickness. And then when she passed, then I had nothing left because I don't have no kids, I don't have no wife, I've just got me. And taking care of her was investment because she was my woman. I love my mother, and we all know a boy's best friend is his mother. That's you have a wife, you love your wife, but your mother,
Exactly.
that's somebody you can never
Yeah.
replace.
Yeah.
But doing this, she was always one person that encouraged me to do what I wanted to do in my life. She supported me, I supported her, and do this content and talk to y'all people that really it feels like
Family.
yeah, like that's what Eunice told me. She told me it's like George is like family when we talk to you, and I feel like that way. I have family. I got two older sisters, a younger brother, an older brother, niece and nephew, great niece and nephews. But like I said, they got their own lives, and this is what I like doing, to talk to people. I mean, I got a live on Monday with a friend of mine. Hope he get him back on. I got also, I said Aaron and me were gonna do a little interview Wednesday. I hope we got some more interviews coming up. Last month was busy for me. When I interviewed you, Keo, I had an interview a few hours later with a lady. She's a boxer. I
Yes, you
mean,
told me.
yeah,
I
I
saw
mean,
it.
yeah, I was busy. I mean, going to Tampa really helped me out. Meeting people in the sport, legends and up and comers, and it's really inspires me to keep doing this because you know what, I'm a fan, and I want to really give y'all opportunities for share stories. I would love to have Andrea. I have Sarah on here, Natalia, but just have people like yourselves taking time to hear and talk with me, to share your experiences and share your paths, share your love for this sport. I'm just really genuine, just great opportunity. We have here my man DJ says, he says, the Steve Carr show Las Vegas is coming too. Well, they're not going to have women's physique, and they do have men's classic, but I don't know if we want to do that show, Greg. It's going to be much younger gentlemen, maybe in the future, something like that, if he does a Masters, you know. But it's going to be like I think a month right after the Olympia, and I just saw my friend David for Female Bottom Inform. He just interviewed Austin Carr, the son of Steve Carr, who he promotes the show. Shout out to him for what he's doing, giving women's body the opportunity to have a stage where so few have. So I'm asking you to each of these questions. Well, I think I'll ask Keo this, but I think I actually do. Greg, what would you want out of bodybuilder for yourself as a whole?
I think, I've really got out of bodybuilding what I wanted. 45 years ago when Sammy took me into the gym for the first time, I was this little bitty skinny dude that couldn't gain weight to save my rear. And by the way, Weeder's protein came in a metal coffee can about that big and it was $10. Back then, and we used to take it to the mess hall and get milk and put our protein in it. But what I've got out of it is, I never expected that I would ever be able to get on stage just because of how skinny I was and all that. And being able to learn that, getting my pro card, I've accomplished more than I ever thought I would. If I have something here for the future, is to win a show, whether it be Masters or an open show somewhere. It'd be nice to win a show. For that, I'm satisfied with improving and just going on to the next. And whatever life has, if I don't compete again, I don't compete again. I've accomplished more than I ever thought was possible for me.
Well, that's pretty good. We're also going to finish off with the new pro. How are you feeling, ma'am? Now you're officially a IFBB pro.
Finally, I'm very glad. I'm very glad. I Every time I can, I said to the people, I'm pro. But because it took me so much time, and I wish my mom could saw this also. She passed away 5 years ago, and so when I won my pro card, it was going straight for her and for Amy and her. Sorry, his sister. She passed away
Sister
too.
Tracy.
So um, I'm still like I told you, I'm still in the class. I'm still processing that I'm pro. Um, I just went to the gym and just going there and knowing that I'm pro finally and working out as a pro. I think it gave me the shot that I need, the motivation shot that I need to continue because I was thinking if I don't win the pro card, what is going to be next? Maybe I was going to do two more shots, two more times. And if I didn't want the pro card, I was going just to sell and said, okay, I'm not going to be pro. But it gave me this motivation. So I'm gonna work hard these 6 weeks and no expectations for Mexico. Just going uh, to be on stage with my friends and um, and then take the time to grow, to give the time for to grow my muscles, get this how to say this, the deeper the density, little bit more density, and then pick a show maybe next year or 2027, and yeah, then fight for the qualification for Olympia, because if this, I don't remember the name of the Russian that went last year. She was 57 years.
Oh, Natalia Bastrova. She turned pro about 2 years ago in
Mm,
Romania.
yeah,
She won both women's bodybuilding and women's open. She
yeah.
made her pro debut, cracked the top four. She was
Hmm.
fourth, and she beat out at least two women who won the Olympic, no, no, who competed in Olympia the
Yeah.
month before.
Yes.
Amazing physique. This is, I look at. I mean, I follow her on social media.
And
Yeah,
she's shorter than me. I
yeah,
met her at the Olympia. She's shorter than me.
yeah.
But for me, that was going to the Olympia. That's the motivation we need. She was 57 and she could do it. The girl that won when I did the Olympia Amateur in 2021, she's from Chile. Don't really remember right now her name. And she was there at the Olympia. And she told me, if I could, you can. And even Natalia, talking with Natalia or with Sara, is keep fighting. You can be, if I could, you can, because it's the same. You are human. So yeah, why not fighting for the qualification for one Olympia?
Yeah, like as you know, my friend Eunice tomorrow will be her 60th birthday. She did pretty good at her class at 55 and over. One lady who I follow, Virginia Sanchez, she's in her mid 50s in women's bodybuilding, amazing physique. Natalia's amazing physique. So many women coming in sport of muscle maturity. I'll shout again, Miss Brenda Carmen Brady, who was 70 years old and winning. And I told her, like, hey, you may be 70, you have a physique of woman 40 or 50. And you know what? It's about when you put a dedication to something, you're determined to have that opportunity. You know, it's something you got to invest in. And just like I said, this Masters is really getting popular. Like right there in Florida, there's the Max Fit. That's also, you get 40 plus, you get qualified from Masters Olympia. There's also they did have it women's physique at the Daytona Pro, but they dropped it. Whatever issues, whatever.
Pros this weekend, they did Masters Thursday night, I believe, or
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah. I know a young lady. She did 35 and I think 35 class or 40 class. And also another lady. I think they're doing the Open today. Also, there's the Atlantic Coast that's coming up right after. But if Natalia's doing that show in Mexico, she may not do that show. I don't know. I remember I ran into Paula Aranta at Tampa. I asked her, "What are you going to do next?" Said, "I am going to do Texas next." And I saying, "Wow, you got to remember, she's 25 years old. Y'all
Yeah.
remember how when you were 25, you can run all day, run all night, you hold the world on your shoulders." I can't.
And you don't get tired. Yeah. Right now, I need to sleep at 8.
I go sleep around about 10 or 11. I'd be like watching TV.
Yeah.
We have here a comment. Shout out to my man here. Shout out to my man DJ says, always great for athletes enjoy their moment in the spotlight, and flexing is a part of that if they want to. Yeah, it's important. Yeah, it's also training. Flexing training is part of training. Sometimes I have guys in here, especially I have women on here sometimes, they say like, I want to ask you to flex. That's why I tell you guys, if you want to see them flex, the links are in the description of the slide. You can go to channel flexing because they do it enough. They practice enough. They sometimes get tired. They want to sit and chill. But if they do it voluntarily on their own, I appreciate it. But don't ask. It's like, quit begging. But folks, we're not gonna hold them too much longer. They took the time out here to talk with me. I appreciate that. I appreciate any time I get to talk to, especially a couple. Both IFBB pros, both dedicated to sport and to each other. So before I let you go, you have anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, actually, I want to say thank you to my coach, the THEE Boston, Mass, Jose Raymond, who, if you're looking for a coach, look no further. The man is a great human being and such an ambassador to sport and has an eye for physique like no other. Um, let's get serious for Jesus. LGS Activewear. Use Shio's discount code Shio Beast.
Yeah,
and,
very nice. Very nice.
and I'm affiliated. I'm with the demo crew of Axe and Sledge. LAR 10 for 10% off, and Gasp. Gasp 15 for 15% off with Gasp. Like to shout out to our families. Shout out to Shio for all that she did for me during this prep. You know, this prep was really long for me. It's, you know, like I said, she started in November. It's 31 weeks. So then the Mexico Pro is stretching it a little bit out. So after that, I'm shutting it down, and I'm going to hopefully get a growth stage because, like I said, I weighed in at 205 and my cap is 234. Put 20 pounds on this physique, I can go to any show.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have that attitude. The other thing I want to say is if you see us out in public, you see us at a show, come up and say hi. We're all very approachable. And that goes for so many people in this sport. Don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Be a genuine human being. Don't be a creep about it or anything like that. But we're willing to share our experiences and help those get to levels that they thought were impossible too.
Yeah, because you see us right now, and he's
This
a
is who we are.
pro, I'm a pro, but there's a background, at least with me, that in Mexico there was times that I didn't have nothing to eat, and I was competing, and I had 3 jobs, and I'm single mom, so I had 3 kids there, 3 jobs, um, and I was competing. How? I don't know, but I knew I want something. So I make it work. So you see right now that this, but we all have our story, our own battles, and from that, uh, everything is possible. Everything. If you just want it, how much you want it, how much you are going to give for this dream. And I always said, one day I'm gonna be pro. One day I'm gonna be pro. Even if part of my mind was saying, no, you will never get it, but I wasn't. And the next day, I was in the gym, and I was doing the plan. There was days in this prep that I didn't want to wake up at 5:30 to do the cardio because I have to go to my work. But it was, I want to be pro. I want to be pro.
Do you want to shout out to Bad Rap?
And
That's it.
of course, I a bad rap that it's I've seen what they do. Yeah, I've seen what they do. The amount of support it gives to the ladies. Let's get serious. Of course, my coach Gunter, that he's a very human being. Even if aside that he's my coach, he's a very very nice person. Of course, as I said in that interview, he believes, I think, more in me that I do, because he's over there pushing, 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 and of course my kids, my family, my friends, and you, that give
Yeah.
us this time to
Absolutely.
share with your in your channel, that everybody can be pro.
Lady that made your suit.
Yeah, and of course the lady in Mexico, Alice Secrets, that made my suit exactly the way I want it.
Well, that's pretty good. If you want to send me a link, because I know some competitors always look for good suit designers,
Yes.
send it to me. You can shoot it to me. I share it.
Oh,
Give the opportunities. If she has a good
yes.
suit and we can raise the prices, I mean, it was
Oh
helps.
yes, and
Yeah.
she just shipped from Mexico, And
She ships overnight from Mexico.
to all over the world because she sent it all over the world. And yeah, very reasonable, reasonable
Yeah.
prices.
I appreciate that. We have here a comment from a man. Shout out to my man DJ. He says, "It says Paula Ranta must be Energizer Bunny. She's 25. What you you don't get it? She's 25 years. I saw her post a picture where she's doing flexing. Her butt look like she can crush walnuts with it. Oh God, I miss 25. Also, he says this says
No
doing
kidding.
doing all these shows. Yeah, she did Chicago, then she did Tampa, and then she did Texas. Whew, and then she did like 3 more before that. And also, this is from my man. He says, George, we get it. You are funny. No, I'm not funny. I am a particular type of criminal. I just love anarchy and chaos. I enjoy talking to you folks. And again, Mr. Greg, I want to tell you something about your wife. She is beautiful, but you can't Harrison too. I'm sorry about him. I'm trying to get some professional help about it, but the problem is he completes me. So,
That's okay.
yeah. Also, he said he's a hater. My man says I aware of how old she is, George. I'm just saying you don't wear it. And again, 25. Tell me, folks, what we do at 25. I know I was working a part-time job and getting my first job. I mean, come on, at 25, I was still in my mom anyway. So, 25. That's it. That's all the explanation you need. Nothing else.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I did Chicago, I did Tampa, I just did Pittsburgh, and I'm going to do Mexico. That's a lot of stuff in 1 year. That's a lot of, 3 peak weeks in 1 year. We'll see how this 4th one goes. That's why I shake my head. It's because I have to make sure I can rebound and be there too.
Yeah.
So, but I will be there for her no matter what.
Yeah. Oh.
It's
Yeah.
gonna compete. I don't care.
I'm gonna be there. I might as well compete.
Yeah. Stand by your man. So
I know
that's
Mike
good.
Summerfield's going to be there. I don't know if he's competing or not.
He
I
might
don't
have
think
some.
he
Yeah.
is, but I know he's going to be there.
You might have some clients and stuff like that, because a lot of you guys have clean and trying class. So, folks, we wish the best of luck for both the Larsons. Congratulations to Keo on now
Thank
becoming IB Pro. Congratulations to Mr. Greg, too, also. We hope to see a show. I don't know if you have a pay-per-view show or not. I don't know, folks. If you're interested in supporting these folks, if you also are somebody who's interested in maybe, helping them out. If you know them and you want to help them on their progress as bodybuilders, reach out in genuine interest, but don't be that weird guy. So I'd like to thank again the Larsons for coming through here. I thank my man KL the Wanderer, my man DJ for coming through. Anybody who watch and follow this channel, who support this channel, support these men and women in sport of bodybuilding. Reach out with genuine help. Here's like this. It's my saying. Guys, you get more with a silk glove than with an iron fist. I know what you guys doing with that iron fist. So, anyway, folks, thank again for the Larsons. I wish them best of luck. Congratulations to Keo, new
Thank
IFB Physique Pro. So best of luck to y'all.
Thank you, George. And thank
Thank
you, all George's followers. And, like and subscribe and
Thank you,
ring
sir.
the bell.
Yeah, thank you for that. I gotta put that in the tag, sir. Anytime y'all say thank you to me, the quote from my hero, the Dark Knight himself, Batman. You never have to. That's why I do this. So, folks, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you soon. We'll have my Muscle Talk Monday. Monday, and also I'm gonna do a live commentary of the upcoming Rising Phoenix. So you want to check that out. You should be on my Way George page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't subscribe. I'm out. Good night. Good luck, and God bless.
Thank
Thank you.